So I don't think our show would be complete if I didn't speak about Bitcoin and getting a lot of questions about Bitcoin. And I have to be honest right off the top and say, to me, I just don't understand Bitcoin. Maybe it's an alternative to the US currency. Maybe it's an alternative to gold. Maybe, instead of owning gold, younger investors want to buy digital currency instead. You still can't walk into the grocery store or Shoppers or any retail store that I know of and take some Bitcoin and buy some clothing or buy groceries. So to me, it's just very difficult to understand why Bitcoin is having the success that it is having. Obviously, President-elect Trump, when he was on his campaign trail, spoke about Bitcoin, that he wanted to be, or that he wanted the US to be the Bitcoin capital of the world. And obviously, when he came into office and was elected, the surge we saw in Bitcoin really has been unmatched. The day that he was elected, Bitcoin was trading somewhere around 69,000 US dollars per Bitcoin. And recently, Bitcoin hit just under $100,000. And remember, the election was only in November 5th. We have a chart of Bitcoin that we can put up, and you'll see how much Bitcoin has surged. If you want to go back to the start of the year, Bitcoin at the start of the year was just over $43,000. And today, just over 90,000. Actually, Bitcoin is a little bit higher today. Last I checked, it's very volatile, so not sure where it sits right now, but it was definitely in that 92 to 95,000 range. And many are predicting, based on more ETFs, more products to be offered to the investor, more talk about from the government, more talk about closed-end funds and opportunities in digital currency. The more it's talked about, the more we'll probably see Bitcoin go higher. And as I've said many times, from even a few years back, Bitcoin is not going to disappear. I felt it was here to stay. And many places around the world are starting to move more towards digital currency. North America, obviously, we are taking or accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum and other currencies at this point in time. Still not replacing our Canadian and US dollars, but overall, it is something that we need to focus on and keep in mind. It is definitely not for the faint of heart and definitely a high risk investment. So if you're watching today and wondering, should I call Alan and ask him if I should be buying a Bitcoin product, an ETF, closed-end mutual fund, or whatever might be available? The answer is, can you handle the high volatility? Can you handle the high risk? Can you handle perhaps making 10% in a day or losing 10% or more in a day? And that is what you have to ask yourself when you start to look at whether you should be investing in Bitcoin or not.